How does it make you feel knowing that you're close to selling out in record time, particularly given the calibre of acts that you've brought this year, and it being your 10th anniversary? How special is that?
It's the best place we could possibly be. You know, we've had a long winter, as you do in the north of England, and we've been in this office thrashing it out, trying to work out how we pay respect to the fact that this festival is 10 years. And you know, we put the lineup out there, and the reaction is just, you know, that's all you can hope for. You know, people vote with their feet, and the fact that we put that lineup out there, it's had the biggest reaction that we've ever had in terms of, you know, social media and everywhere else, and in terms of ticket sales. You know, it's a real, I guess, a vote of confidence, and you know, a reminder that, you know, we need to do a good job for people, because they're really excited and they're showing the faith in us by buying so early. We had a really restrictive licence in the first couple of years. If you're under 14 years old, you couldn't come to the festival. You know, and obviously that was, you know, as the festival was developing, things changed. But when we moved it to Lowther, we changed the licence because the authority for the licence changed, and that was relaxed. And what we really found is the more kids came into the situation, the more the general atmosphere on site was actually improved. You know, people are very respectful. You know, as drunk as anyone will get. You know, if they see kids around them and families around them, they behave with a bit more respect. And actually, as that developed and we saw that grow, we kind of targeted that, because we were like, actually, this is making for a much more friendly, more relaxed, more respectful place to be, you know, than just maybe 3,000 teenagers who just want to dance to dance music, which in the earlier days, you know, that was the formula, I guess. Like, everyone's getting older, we're getting older, we're 10 years on, you know, so the people who came to the original Kendal Calling, they do have kids now, you know. They've grown with the festival, and the festival, I guess, has grown with them.
Fortunately, we seem to have something that people have heard really good things about. So when we approach artists, or actually with the headliners this year, the majority of them approached us. So dare I say it, but the booking of the headliners seems to have got that bit easier.
Yeah, in terms of the 10th year and how we built into the site, you know, we've learned a lot over the years, you know, of what works where. So, you know, you've got your established amphitheatre for the main stage, you know, we've got some really great camping space, and you know, in the feel of the site and the lay of the land, we've really learned to deal with. You know, the trees look completely different, and I will swear they're in different places in winter to summer, and as soon as the tent goes up, there's a tree which definitely wasn't there before. But outside of that, you know, we've got the site really tight. You know, we've expanded into the woodlands area, which has got its own kind of magic. That's something that we're looking at, you know, developing and growing this year. Don't want to give too much away, because, you know, the magic of the festival is coming to see it firsthand. But yeah, there'll be additional surprises and things that we've never done before that we're kind of cooking up in the office as we speak.
Now, just sort of looking back, your office, your site office for the festival, used to be that wonderful log cabin.
The old gift shop from the days of the theme park.
What was behind the thinking to open that up to that is now Tim Peaks, and tell me a little bit about that, because it's probably one of the best bits of the festival to a lot of people, isn't it?
It's a festival within a festival. There's definitely a sacrifice giving away our beautiful production office with a full vista of the whole site in front of you, but when Tim Burgess calls you up and says, "I've had a great idea," you've got to listen. And it was a great idea, yes. It's great to see well, I don't know what's going to go on there. Most of the time you wander in and there's always something interesting going on.
We are absolutely ecstatic that Elbow are coming to play in the Deer Park. We've been working on this for a few years, and you know, when we first started the conversation with them, it was completely out of the question. It just wasn't the kind of gig that they could do. But you know, we've grown, our reputation's grown, our size has grown, and you know, it's seen as a really good gig, a really great one for them to do. So they're going to be on the Saturday night, and you know, for a British Northwest band, for a special moment. You know, elbowing that deer park is going to be just out of this world. Snoop Dogg, obviously, the anticipation of that is going to just be incredible, and I imagine, you know, as soon as he drops his first track off his seminal album Doggy Style, the whole place is going to go crazy. Personally, I'm going to absolutely love to see British Sea Power headline the Woodland stage, because, you know, they've come a long way on the journey with us. They headlined the very first Kendal Calling, and they're out this year actually touring their album, which they were touring at the time, so there'll be some hits coming off that as well. I think that'll be a really special place, you know, with the foliage and the stage show that they do. Having them headlining the Woodland stage, which is our regional stage, is absolutely perfect. And then very happy to see Billy Bragg, who is a festival legend, who will be at the festival. I think that'll be pretty special too.
What about your
personally, I'm very excited for Bohicas, who I think should hopefully be making some waves this year. Emmy the Great, definitely a personal favourite, that one. Beyond that, it's kind of everything. We book so many bands over the course of the year that I mean, it sounds a bit strange to say, but it's hard to remember them all. Especially when you sometimes kind of merge into years. You're thinking, oh, I can't wait to see this band, and then someone reminds you, oh no, they were playing last year.
Yes. Did you notice when you began to disappear? Oh, like a story of us, until there's nobody to leave hella there. Come on, by instruments. Hey, come on, by instruments. Oh, come on, by instruments. So remember me, oh, remember me, will you remember me? So remember me, oh, remember me. What you remember me? Then half of you pass away. What about the other half? What about the other half? Whatever. You're all part of the same old fucking machine. With someone taking it out whilst you were putting it in again.
And what was behind the thinking to move to Lowther and move it, you know, geographically away from Kendal?
Yeah, well, following on from 2008 in the mud, obviously we kind of learned the limits of the site in a way, especially with the capacity as well. You know, we'd gone from 2,000 to 4,000 people, and just in terms when you get to that size, running an event, infrastructure becomes the thing. You know, we had, as Andy said, we sold out that year, we booked an incredible lineup of music, and that has very much been our focus until that point. But you know, the fallout from that was we needed a site which was appropriate for that amount of people. And as a massive surprise to us, and probably something that very few people will know, is as massive as the Lake District is, there isn't really that many sites that are appropriate to hold such an amount of people with a decent road infrastructure and also flat land as well. So when we actually went to have a look at Lowther, found that it had a concrete road in it. It was our best friend, following the mud. And then we started to negotiate a deal to move the site up to there. And obviously with it being a theme park, prior to that, it was kind of a little bit like Scooby-Doo, being given the keys to the abandoned theme park, and we were kind of overjoyed with that, and you know, just starting to reimagine and recreate the event in that new setting.
What is it about the festival that does have that magic appeal to the people?
One thing that we've always set out to do, well, probably from the third festival, what we've always set out to do from the third festival is have something for all the family, and we're talking kids. So you know, we've got a children's club at 7 AM every morning where they watch films and they get entertained by entertainers, and they all have a bit of breakfast, and then we've got numerous other things going on throughout the day. But so you've got something for the kids, but you need to have something for the teenagers as well, and then you want to have something for say the 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds, something for every generation, right up to parents and grandparents alike. So it's very important to focus on making sure there's entertainment going on at 8 AM in the morning and a rave going on at 3 AM in the morning. And with that, you know, you can have all the generations of the same family having fun together, and that's what's so special, I think.
We've never kind of gone out there and thought, you know, we know best. If people don't like this, they should like this. We're going to book this lineup, and people should know music better if they don't like it. You know, and I think it's easy as a promoter when you start out just kind of slip into that, thinking what I love the most, everyone else is going to love, and if they don't, then they should.
We're not here to educate people. We're here to give them a good time, give them what they want.
It's an all year round job. I don't know how many people realise that it is an all year round job. Do you get bored of it, or are you still loving it? It's 10 years down the line.
You just don't know what's coming in the next 10 minutes. You really don't. It's incredibly exciting, you know, even at the worst and most stressful, you know, like trying to book the headliners in and not quite getting there. You have that moment when you realise that the artist says yes, that you've just booked Snoop Dogg to play in a field in Penrith, and you know those little moments, you know, they'll see you through all the hard times for me.
It's difficult to get bored of a role like this, because you've always got numerous pressures on at any one time. But also, you know, if you get bored of artist booking, then try and think of a better way to keep the toilets cleaner. It's just a sort of varied role, but you are building a town, you are inviting tens of thousands of people along, so there's numerous ways you can make their weekend experience better. So there's always something to do. You're never done. But yeah, the variety of tasks that it offers, I don't think you could ever get bored.
For 10 more years, at least?
Well, somebody said 5, but yeah, we'll take 10. If they can't get tickets, keep their eyes peeled, because we might just be up to something else that they'd be interested in.